Hello, travelers. How are you all doing today? Ye blessings. Thank you so much for pressing the play button. Please feel free to stay and also to join the others. The mathematical wizards will restore your wisdom while you are here to learn. It is so great to have you. I am Johnny, your host with HomeCountry Mathematics. I truly appreciate you. Let us learn some maths, shall we? Ye wonderful learning individuals, it is a pleasure. All right. Let us continue. Are you all excited? All right, we're continuing on with chapter 1-2, Order of Operations. Evaluate numerical expressions by using the order of operations. A quick display of that I shall share. There it is. You'll commonly hear it called BEDMAS or PEDMAS, BODMAS. It's all the same. It truly is. B for brackets, P for parentheses. You have also square brackets, orders such as square roots or radicals. Of course, naturally, you must do your exponents in this step. Then you're on to division, multiplication, and lastly, addition, subtraction. Let us do some examples and explain. Okay. Let's do this one here. Yes, this looks good. It's great to have you. Let's make this fun and easy to learn because it truly is. I love algebra. So fun. 30 subtract 14, all divided by 2. If you prefer, you can also go just to give you kind of an analogy, I have this neighborhood type analogy, if you will. Left hand side, right hand side. Anywhere that you see a negative or a positive sign, you could call this neighbor on the left and neighbor on the right. It's to kind of give some organization to the problem, to simplify it, make it easier to understand without it being so overwhelming. Okay, so just separate it into neighborhoods. Continuing with the problem, we'll bring it down here. 30 subtract. I'm going to put this into fractional form because if you've been watching my series, you will know I am not a fan of linear problems. This is linear to me, and as these type of algebraic expressions get a little more complicated, it creates more confusion. So I like the organization. I can look at this and clearly see that we're subtracting 30, we're subtracting a fraction from 30. Okay, let us continue. Another thing I always like to say, don't sleep in fraction class, kids. Okay, let us continue. So we have 30. Subtract. Bringing this up quickly. I highly recommend that you have your multiplication and or times table studied or memorized. It will, in all honesty, speed things up. It'll help you get through mathematical problems so much quicker, especially when you get into the areas of algebra, factoring, fractions, and all those sort of things. You really truly do need it. It'll help you find them common numbers between smaller or single digit whole numbers. All right, good luck on your studies, and yeah, good luck. All right, 14 divided by 2 is 7. Simple mathematics, 7 and 3. Now, the way I do this, it doesn't matter if it's the number 1 or the number 3, it still ends in 0. So, knowing that when we count, it's 3, 2, 1, I'm subtracting here, therefore, it's going to be 2. And what goes with 7? It is 3. There's our answer. Okay. All right, let us continue. Just cleaning up. That was easy enough, wasn't it? Let's do another. 5 multiplied by 5. This is the way it's written. 1 multiplied by 3. You feel like if you're someone like myself that likes organization and simplicity, you can do this. There's nothing that says you can't organize your problem. Now you can visually see here that we have a left-hand side. Yes, left-hand side, right-hand side. Okay, we can still go with the neighborhood concept. All right, neighbor on the left-hand side, neighbor on the right-hand side. All right, normal BEDMAS rules. Do your brackets. It doesn't really matter. Even without brackets, you would still be doing. You would be pretty much going right to the multiplication because you understand, right? You're smart, intelligent individuals. You understand that the subtraction is the very last step. That's why you can separate your problem into a left-hand side and a right-hand side, because this is the last step. Okay? All right, so we would still be doing multiplication here and multiplication here. Nothing has changed. All we've done is added some parentheses for clarity. Knowing your times table, you will know that 5 times 5 is 25. Subtract. Any number multiplied by 1 is the same number. 25 take away 3. We're going to be in the positive side of integers. I say that because, let me just bring this up quickly, just to share. Bear with me until I find it. All right, here it is. Open. I just got to rotate it. Here we go. Okay. Integer number line grid. I've got something here that I just put together, something that can be printed off. Then you can easily just cut this into 2 halves and then connect the 0 center. So as you can see, all negative values, they increase going to the left and infinitely. Okay, all negative values increase to the left infinitely. All positive values increase to the right infinitely. Okay, so looking at our problem, I can see that we're at 25, which is right here. Okay, I would need a negative 25 jumps just to get me to 0. Okay, we only have negative 3 jumps, so obviously it's not enough to take us to 0. Therefore, in my mind, I know that I'm going to end up with a positive value. 25, take away 3 is 22. Let's check. 3 jumps to the left, right? Negative numbers go left. 1, 2, 3. We are in fact at 22. I may just even leave that there. Okay. So, yes. Pretty easy, right? It's not so bad once you follow the basic rules and understanding. Okay, let us do one more. Here it is. 6 squared plus 8 times 3 plus 7. Okay, now look at the problem, all right? It's not so bad. Okay, so I can rewrite this. Again, there's nothing that says you can't do this because you can. Okay, we know that 6 is going to be squared in there. It's a little extra work rewriting your problem. But if it helps you get the correct answer, that's the main goal, and that's what we want. You to succeed and be successful at this. So I have a multiplication here. I can keep those together. 8 times 3. Again, the parentheses create organization of your problem. Now you can clearly see what belongs to what. Doesn't that help a lot? Yes, it does. So commonly, if we only have one sign, then we would have typically one left-hand side neighbor and one right-hand side neighbor, right? But because we have 2 plus signs, we end up with actually neighbor 1, neighbor 2, and neighbor 3. So we could look at it as 3 separate neighbors, or it's just an analogy that you can use or not, however you want to look at it. I just pretend that there's a fence here, and now we have 3 house neighbors. However you want to look at it, if that helps. Okay, so neighbor 1, you can see that we have an exponent to do. Okay, we can do that. Because these are all separate neighborhoods or homes, we could individually do each problem at the same time. So I'm going to leave this. I'm going to solve the exponent. So obviously 6 squared means 6 times 6. Okay, which is 36. I'm just carrying the problem down. Don't forget your addition sign. And then we're going to work this. 8 times 3, again, if You should have your times table memorized. You'll know the answer quickly. 8 times 3 is 24. And then bring down the plus sign. Nothing's happening with neighbor 3. It's just a number, a whole number. Nothing happening over there. So we just bring the 7 down. Okay? All we're left with basically is 3 positive whole numbers. Some quick math. Let's go. It's okay to go left to right now. Nothing's going to hurt if you do that. Okay, so I could go 36 plus 24. I'll be honest, I cannot wait to get a pen tablet. That would be so huge. Okay, 6 and 4, right? That makes those numbers end in 0. That's 10, right? 3 plus 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 60. Now we're going to add the 7, right? Because all I've done is added these two right now. Let's add the 7 and finish. Simple math. Any number added to 0 if you have nothing, and then you were given 7 apples, all of a sudden you, whoops, pay attention here, Johnny. You just received 7 apples. All right, there's our answer. Drop the A's. Again, I appreciate you watching and being here. I am Johnny. Thank you for learning along. I'm doing my best to help you learn and grow. Mathematics is one of my most favorite subjects. And yeah, I really, truly enjoy mathematics. So good luck on your studies, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and take care.